1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love counting. Whatever the amount.
Hello everybody, it's the Law Gnome and welcome back to another edition of 10 for 12. In the box below, you will see a catch-up provision for you if you want to know a little bit more about what this little monthly segment is. Anyway, today's topic is comic books. Now, we all know them, some of us really love them, but one of the most important things that comic books have today under their belts is a wide spectrum of successful feature films. All the way now to the very successful Man of Steel. The popular, the unpopular, and some in between have become some of the better and most well-praised movies in the past 30 years. However, there are a certain amount of famous and infamous comic book characters that still have yet to grace us with their presence on the big screen. And with projects like the Avengers and a overhyped Justice League project in the works for Warner Brothers and DC, it's only fitting that we take a look at 10 comic book characters that deserve a feature film. Honorable mentions, alongside the fact that the Justice League movie is constantly being talked about in every website you could find. Spawn is looking to be rebooted, Fantastic Four is looking to be rebooted, and there's also other characters like Doctor Strange and the Black Panther who have a very good chance of showing up in one of the future Avengers films. And of course you also have the Daredevil reboot that they're working on, if you remember the original with Ben Affleck. And you also have Christian Bale, who has been asked numerous times to put on the Batsuit again because there's a good chance that Christopher Nolan's Batman is going to end up being in some future DC film projects thanks to the success of Man of Steel. But anyway, let's start the countdown here today on 10 for 12 and talk about 10 characters in the world of comic books that deserve a feature film. We start off with Gen 13. Gen 13 was a failed cartoon, failed live-action show, but a very successful Image comic. The story of a bunch of teenage superheroes that were genetically enhanced. Honestly, I don't really remember much of them because I really did not read the comic, but they were ever popular, people still talk about them, and should they get a feature film? Yeah, I think that the premise is good, the story is good, they deserve one. Number 9 is that lovable DC bounty hunter Lobo. It has been talked about, it has been script written, it has been shelved, but where is Lobo? He's an integral part of the DC universe because he's just flat out awesome and fun. And I think that a Lobo film, who would play him? I have no idea. He could be a CGI character for all I know. But what I do know about Lobo is a movie based around him would definitely be a box office winner. Number 8, I give it to that lovable enigma character known as Bone. I never read the comic book, but there are so many people that love this kooky little character as he gets into crazy mishaps and adventures. It's action, it's comedy, it's a little bit of everything. So I think a CGI, possibly a 2D animated Bone film, would it be a successful film? I think so. Number 7, I give it to the great Shazam, aka Captain Marvel. Billy Batson is one of the most legendary DC characters, yet for some strange reason people don't think that he deserves his own story. I really think that he does. And Captain Marvel has been featured in a lot of DCAU projects, and he's been a real fun character. And I think that when they did the Superman Shazam tie-in, The Return of Black Adam, I really got to see somewhat of his origin story. I really do think that a Captain Marvel film would be an enjoyable one. I hope you agree. Number 6, I gotta give it to Green Arrow. Take a look at the success of Arrow the television show. Why can't he have his own movie? He is a little bit like Batman, but at the same time he is his own hero. He's the guy that's got a ton of money to make cool gadgets for himself, of course in the form of archery and arrows, but he's there to stop the smaller crimes and defend the little guy. And in the world of comic books, Green Arrow has really dealt with some of the most real subjects that comic books have ever had to offer. I think it was the fact that it was in his comic where you saw one of the first openly gay people, or one of the first comic book written characters that had the HIV virus. So I think that Green Arrow has played a huge impact in the world of comics, and he's also played a huge impact in the world of DC. I think that he would make a great character. And we go on to number 5, Aquaman. Why does everybody take a dump on Aquaman? I think that he is a fantastic DC character. He's an integral part of the DC comic universe, and he deserves his own movie. He's got an excellent story, sort of like The Lion King, or Macbeth, or Hamlet. Like, he's royalty. He is the king of the ocean. He has a fantastic rogues gallery. I think that he could make a great live-action film. Number 4. Where in God's name is Barry Allen or Wally West? If you don't know who any of those two guys are, it's The Flash. The Flash is a fantastic character, one of the greatest DC comic characters ever, and I don't even have any more to say about The Flash. Just give him a damn movie. Number 3, I want to give it to Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing has that incredible Hulk vibe, one of those misunderstood heroes who lives in the shadows and the darkness. He could be a great movie. He already had a successful TV movie and a small-lived animated series. Bring him to the big screen. Number 2, I give it to Wildcats. Another popular Image comic, a very popular cartoon series, a fun story to boot. I think that that would make a great chain of films. And number 1, I think it's obvious. The Amazon princess herself. Wonder Woman, where are you, and why are you not on the big screen yet? Especially if they're considering making a Justice League movie, The Flash, Aquaman, especially Wonder Woman. They should have their own movies, especially since Warner Brothers wants to do what Marvel Studios is doing with their films. I think Olivia Wilde is the perfect epitome of Wonder Woman. Hollywood, get on the phone with her agent, put her in a Wonder Woman movie, forget about a television series, forget about Linda Carter. Put Olivia Wilde in that Wonder Woman garb and put her on the big screen. You will make box office gold, I'm telling you. 10 for 12, guys. I'd like to see your feedback. I'd like to see you guys even tell me what you think which comic character should show up as feature films, animated or live action, whatever you prefer. So for now, I'd like to let you guys know that the next 10 for 12 in July is going to be a fun one. It's going to be in the area of music. I'm looking forward to doing something with music, and it's going to be the 10 bands that are on the decline and have worn out their welcome. So I'll see you around, guys, and actions speak louder than words.